we live?
Are we live now?
Are we live streaming right now? Wow.
Maybe.
We didn't even get a cue, guys.
No, that's okay.
That's okay.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, we're still trying to.
my hair gone
You
cut?
think, okay, they had 15 minutes to set up, get everything ready after the radio show. You think that would be enough time?
No,
Sometimes
it really
it's not.
isn't.
It's like, okay, it's like musical chairs, right?
Yes.
You gotta
And it's always, and we
shuffle
have
in and
new
out.
lights in here. You can tune in,
Okay.
let us know what you think.
Yeah, okay.
The new lights, they're softer. Are they softer? Is it like, there is no help for you?
Here, let me. Mine has the ugly filter on it. That's what it says on the bottom. Thanks, Josh. All right, let me pose. How does this look? How does the lighting look, guys? Put it in the
It
comment
is warmer.
section.
Okay, I think, warmer. Yeah.
How about a glamour shot?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, it's very good. The lighting is good. We still have some leftovers, as you can see here in the studio, from our 5th anniversary celebration
Yes.
that we had 5 years on the air, 5 years of Curtin Cape Mornings. So if you see the balloons in the background, that is why. And if you see a guy sitting over here, pay no attention to him. That's just Dr. John Koppas. Dr. John, welcome. How are you?
I'm fine. It's great to be here in person.
Yeah.
Good to see you face to face.
Yeah.
We've been talking for years now, right?
Have put bodies. Everybody seems sort of disembodied when
I
you talk before.
Boy, ain't that the truth.
And now he's scared, very afraid.
How was your drive in from Orlando this morning?
Very easy. A couple slowdowns, no problem at all. Just coming to an
Yeah.
unfamiliar area, but
Right. And it's hard to find us.
yes.
Yeah.
But I love all the water views around here. It's really beautiful.
Yes,
Really
it
beautiful.
is. It is.
It's
Yeah, the
great.
bridges that go to St. Pete, nice.
Well, there's something to look at if you're, for instance, stuck on the Howard Franklin Bridge. Not that I'm bitter
No one
about it
wants to be.
sometimes, but it's like, oh, look at the pelicans. Oh, I saw a dolphin out in the bay. So at least you have
Yeah.
something to look at. So, yeah, we're not complaining.
Truth. That's true.
All right, so welcome everybody to Coffee with Kurt and Kate. We are glad you're spending some time with us here today. And Dr. John is going to be here, and you're going to learn more about Dr. John more than you want to know. No, I'm just kidding.
Perhaps
As
so.
much as you want to know, maybe.
No, the backstory. Get to know Dr. John a little bit better because we're on the radio and we do the segment, and we don't have a lot of time to dive into that because we want to take your medical questions. So we're going to get into his story in just a few minutes. But first, we need to toss this out here. We need to say, give a shout out to everybody who makes Coffee with Kurt and Kate possible because of the high tech aspect of this. Engineer Josh, do we have Engineer Josh's camera? I don't think that's working here today because he decided to sacrifice his camera so that we could put two cameras on Kate.
No.
I'm just kidding. But anyway, shout out. Producer Mark is in the penalty box, Studio P.
Yes.
So welcome, Producer Mark. Oh, hang on a sec here. Go ahead.
We
Now
don't
here
let
we
him
are.
talk, but we do
Good
have a
morning.
camera on him.
That's very good. All right. Say good morning again.
Good morning.
All right. Very good. So we've got Producer Mark. JB is running around here as well. Thank you, JB, for helping set up everything and try to get things online, so to speak.
Yeah.
So thank you, guys. And so do we have your grandson, Noah?
Noah's
who's-
in my office catching all the people who are typing in on Facebook and stuff and giving us
for the comments.
Deborah Lee, good morning. Peggy Simon, good morning. Where are you? Larry called in and he said, good morning. And Dr. Koppas and
Wait,
Julie.
Larry called in?
No,
me check the phones.
He texted in or maybe went on
okay.
Facebook and said,
just wanna
Julie
make
said,
sure,
good
'cause-
morning from Michigan, Julie. So from Michigan, thank you. Sunshine Glow. Everyone's already on top of it.
Do you
They're
guys like the
here and
lighting? Is
ready.
it better? Is it better than it was? It has been in the past. If it is, put it in the comments, like we said. Yeah. By the way, I just there's the phones. If you'd like to call in and join in, the old-fashioned way, as opposed to the comments. Okay, so you're watching on your computer screen if you're not using your phone. And you can grab your phone and you can actually call in. Maybe you have a medical question for Dr. John. We'll see if we can take that. Maybe you just have a question in general about Dr. John that we will not answer in our conversation. So you need to call us. That's 888-777-6810. The Kurt and Kate hotline is, Kate, 888.
777-6810. And can I just say how blessed we are to have you? I know a lot of doctors would not want to do this because it's hard. It's really hard because you can't really evaluate people. You have just a minute, but you can kind of guide them in the right direction, which is sometimes what we need. But we so appreciate that you're willing to do that.
Well, it's been a real honor to do it over the past, I think, 3 years now.
Yeah.
Has it been that long?
I think so.
Oh, wow, that's great. Wow. Okay, before we get into your backstory here and we start interrogating you, with the new lighting, it is like an interrogation sometimes.
It is
the lights in
different.
your face. It's like,
Everything looks glowy.
We have surprise packs that we want to give away, and it's pretty easy to try to win these prize packs. Producer Mark, how are we doing this morning?
Well, we're going to go ahead and have folks text the word coffee. So if you'll just text coffee to 888-777-6810, we'll send out a contest form for you for a chance to win one of the prize packs.
All right, so text coffee to 888-777-6810. Very good. Now, what are in the prize packs?
Coffee!
We're really
Coffee.
glad you asked. First of all, you're going to get one of these. Everybody
Yes.
who has received one of these, they love them. My wife actually loves, we have more
I
than
know.
one.
I love mine
confession.
too. I do.
These are great because they fit in the hand, they're hand size, and they keep stuff cold and warm for a long time. So a Kurt and Kate Mornings coffee tumbler. And then Kate's, hold up the coffee.
Coffee from Dignity Roasters. Some bags of that, and it's really good coffee. Really good coffee. And a great
then-
ministry. Yeah.
Remember the last time we did this? I was like
Oh, right.
trying to nail
Did
you with
hurt
the
me?
flying disc.
Yes, and my sister.
Are you ready?
My sister typed in, "Leave my sister alone." Yeah.
Your sister's always
They're,
defending you,
they're
which I
here
admire.
watching. They're watching you.
Kurt and Kate Mornings flying disc. You ready?
Yeah.
Here we go.
I
I didn't want to throw it too hard.
It. Yeah, right. Well, that was good.
You know how
Let's
you're
see.
supposed to
I
actually,
don't
here,
even
let
know
me
if
show
I
you how
can
you're
throw
supposed
it.
to
There.
grab it like that. See that?
Oh, really?
Yeah,
That's how you're supposed to grab it.
Yeah, try it.
I keep it away from my face. That's
Here
all.
we go. Oh, well, that was kind of cool.
Hey!
That's good.
I'm pretty good.
That was a bad throw, but you caught it. Thanks for, you catch me in many ways,
Any throw
Kate.
that is caught is a good throw.
We're going to put one of those in the prize pack.
Yes.
And then, but wait, there's more.
Yes.
Dr. John, do you have one of these Kurt and Kate morning umbrellas that we make fun of all the time?
I've just heard you make fun of them.
You don't have one? Can we fix him up with one before he leaves
Yeah.
today? That is
With
a
a
gift.
disclaimer on it that
I've
it
never
probably
known
won't
whether
work.
I can
Yeah.
text in when you have these things. So I
Oh,
don't.
yeah. Technically, no, but we'll work
Here's the
something
warning
out.
label on the umbrella. Can you see that? I know it's hard for the
It's a
camera to focus.
disclaimer.
It's,
Oh, my.
we really put this on the umbrellas because
Yeah.
they may poke your eye out. They could do all kinds of
And
things.
they may not work past, if you get it open, you might not be able to close it.
You definitely won't get it back in its little sheath
That's
here.
right. Never. Never.
That's never going to happen. So it looks like
But they
this when you
kind
get
of look
it. But
pretty, don't they?
Yeah.
They look nice.
well, we're going to throw one of those in.
Is it the thought that counts?
How about this? The Kurt and Kate Mornings stickers.
Yes.
Can we see those? Okay.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I want to hold these up.
They're
So I've got.
a little washed out. That's a better.
There we go. That's better.
Yeah.
Oh, you have the photo. That's much
Yeah.
better.
Well, and our favorite things we're putting in. I think
Do you
this
see
is
what's in the
yeah.
center right there?
Yep.
Do you see that rubber chicken slingshot?
Rubber chickens.
All right, guys. Can we do this live? Josh,
we can try.
Okay, I'm going to open this up. See if I can add one to our collection on
All
the
right,
ceiling
go
tiles
ahead.
here in the studio.
Yeah, because they're still up there, folks. They have sticking power.
Hey, Josh, can we get a camera shot from the remote camera? Is that hooked up to where you could actually show the rubber chicken
I don't know if you. Oh yeah,
slingshots?
there they are.
There they are. Okay.
There they are.
Dr. John, you want me to try see if I can add to the collection that we have there?
I
on the
think
ceiling?
that's a definite go.
All right. Here we go. I'm kind of nervous now because I've always done it on the radio, but not when the camera's
Okay.
going. I don't want to knock
Don't
off
hit
any of those. So.
Don't knock an eye out.
Oh,
it's up.
Oh,
No, it
no.
fell. Oh,
The
that
first
would,
one to
oh.
fall.
Okay, give me yours. I got a bum chicken. Could you give me yours?
Yeah.
All right, that's better. All right, I'm going to try it one more time. I'm going to have you do it, Dr. John. If this doesn't stick, you're going to do it. Hope you're ready for this.
It's a challenge.
Oh, I didn't get it. All right, Dr. John.
Too hard. Oh. You
Go
want to
ahead,
try
Dr.
one?
Yeah, well, here, you can use, no, don't use this
No,
one.
use it. Here's a new one.
Did you get these on sale? Are these not the real ones? Because this should stick. See? It's
Did
stuck.
it stick? It's
right
stuck.
there. It's
Okay,
stuck.
there you
Yeah.
go.
I was just in a stage fright, guys, because I'm on camera. And
Andrew-
I'm going to do this
Andrew's
one now,
going to
too.
be so pleased that we're doing.
There's another one. Did you see it? Give me yours, Kate. Or do you have any
I
other?
gave it to Dr. John.
Pass it
Let's-
across. I'm
All
not
right.
sure. I don't know how to use those. So.
All right, well, that's
well,
okay.
you
I'll
could-
show
you.
you.
could hurt yourself.
I'll show you how to use those. Oh, no, the tail came off.
The tail came off.
Look at this, guys.
Oh,
Okay.
imagine them not being premium.
Now we're giving away defective rubber chicken slingshots. That is wrong on
I
so
think
many
you were
levels.
just a little too enthusiastic.
If you say so. Anyway, we're throwing a couple of these in for whimsy.
Yes,
Is that everything? Oh, the pens.
the pens,
pens.
which I really like.
Yeah, those will be good.
Yes.
Yeah. You think
They're really nice pens.
Do you think I could stick one of those in the ceiling tile if I did?
Yes, but I'm not. No.
Text coffee to 888-777-6810 for your chance to win one of these whimsical prize packs. Okay, Dr. John, let's talk about, we know you love Spam. We'll get to that. Trust me. You're from the land of Spam. First of all, where the land of Spam? Let's get some backstory.
Noah
Where were
just
you
found
raised?
vegan spam, by the way.
Oh, that's good.
Vegan spam.
Vegan spam. I didn't
He's-
even bring any
he's
with me. This
very
time.
happy.
Sorry.
That's okay. I have some from the last time. Well, two Christmases ago, you sent me some cans of Spam, all of us, and so I still have that in my hurricane preparedness kit. It's probably going to be good for another 20 years?
At least.
Yeah, yeah. You were born and raised where?
Northern Indiana.
Yep.
Small town in northern Indiana. I grew up there and lived in Indiana until I graduated from medical school, and then we left.
Okay, what's the town?
That I grew up in, a little
Yep.
town called Napanee, Indiana.
Which is amazing that I don't know that because I grew up in Lafayette, Indiana. You're familiar with Lafayette, the
Yes.
metropolis of?
You've probably heard of Elkhart.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
About
course.
19 miles south of Elkhart.
Oh, okay,
and
that's
for
where it
trivia
is.
people, Napanee is the only place in the United States that has a double letter of every letter in the name.
Ooh, how do you spell it?
Yeah, now I'm curious. Kate, look it up.
How do you
Katepedia,
spell it?
live in action.
Napanee.
Oh, wow, that's great. What's the
It's
history
not
of the
double.
town?
It's just, there's a
Napanee.
small town with spelled just a little differently in Ontario.
Oh, and what's the population there, Katepedia? How many people live there?
Napanee
Yeah.
is a city, and it's weather. It's now 19 degrees. Fun things to do. Oh, okay, the census
Fun things to do, and there's nothing there, right?
blank line.
That's it.
could not be found by Google. Wait, the population was 6,648 as of 2010.
Wow.
Wow, fewer
Probably
than
about 4,000
7,000.
when we lived there.
6,900.
Wow. Okay,
Wow.
so you started your life. How long did you live there?
Till I graduated from medical school,
Okay, where'd you go to medical
Indiana
school?
University.
IU. There you go.
Okay.
You're a Hoosier. That's
Napanee
beautiful.
is thought to mean flower in the Algonquin language. Algonquin language.
Flour, not that you grow, but that you
no,
eat.
that you eat.
That's right.
Flour.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking daisies and all that stuff. You know, what do
No.
I know? All right, so you went to IU.
Not in that weather.
You went to IU, and where'd you go from there? Just kind of give us a synopsis.
I went to Southern California and did my internship and residency through Loma Linda University, which
Oh,
is an
yes.
excellent
Yeah,
university.
yeah.
Really
Yeah.
taught excellent care.
Yes.
And they did that. And then
And they're their own blue zone now around there. The blue zone, the Mediterranean diet kind of thing.
probably so.
Yeah,
Of course,
mhm.
Seventh-day Adventists are
Right.
vegetarian.
Right.
And they know how to cook vegetarian food.
Food.
and
None.
Make it-
So you
make it
want to
taste
eat
good,
it.
that you want
yeah.
to eat it. It really was quite good. And then after that, I did 2 years in the Navy and then a master's in public health up in Berkeley.
Well, oh, yeah.
Got to go to Berkeley.
Yeah. Yeah.
Berkeley.
No. I used to live in Davis. So,
Okay.
yeah.
So it was pretty calm when we were there.
Yeah.
And then after that, went to work for several different places. University of New Mexico. Then I also was at Oral Roberts University in Tulsa in their medical school.
Oh, wow.
This is great. So
Yeah.
let's talk about your coming to Jesus and your relationship with the Lord. The moment when you knew that you knew that you knew that you were saved. You received him as Lord and Savior.
That was after all my training, and actually was in the Navy. And as I was talking earlier with Kate, we started going to Calvary Chapel with Chuck Smith.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
And
Nice.
Perfect.
my sister-in-law said was going to visit from other than California, and she said, I want to go to that place where they're baptizing in the ocean.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so we started going there, and Chuck Smith was the first person I could sit and listen to, and he was thoughtful and
Yes.
intelligent, and really, he would preach through the Bible every 5 years, and it was just wonderful.
Yeah, you could go to his church for several years and never get out of the Old Testament because he went right through,
He went
right through
that's
everything.
right.
Yeah.
But it was wonderful. I actually came to the Lord at another church, but we had gone to with a friend, and but that came about just because I had been through the whole science thing with medical school and all of that, and everything
Yes.
seemed to be very scientific and proven, and all you had to do that. But eventually, I came to the point with the Bible that I knew I had to accept. I either had to accept all of it, or I didn't. There was no reason to accept any of it,
Yeah.
even though it was the truth. And so I said there were things I don't understand, but I'm going to believe it, and I'm going to take it as God's truth. And I don't understand everything all now, but
Yeah.
I think I'm getting better. I hope I am.
You know what? That's each and every one of us. And let's just think about this for a second. If it's the God of the universe, then how are we, with our little teeny tiny finite fallen minds, going to be able to comprehend the infinite? There's only so much that we can handle. So when I read something in the Word of God, I'm like, Lord, that is beyond my pay grade. Help me to understand what I need to understand today. I trust you for everything else. And then I file it away in the Deuteronomy 29:29 file. The secret things belong to the Lord, but the things that have been revealed to us are for us and our children. And you can never plumb the depths of God's Word. We were talking about that recently here on the show, too. And it's like a diamond, right? There are different facets of it. And it's just, it's wonderful to be able to grow in your walk with God. It's exciting, at least it should be. So how many years, Dr. John, have you been walking with Jesus?
Well, I think I was, that was 1973, so that was 31, 50 years.
Wow.
That's something else. That's great. And you're still as passionate for Jesus today as you were back then.
Oh, more so.
How do you keep your enthusiasm and passion for the Lord going? How do you stoke the fire? What's your routine look like?
Well, I think certainly being in the Word, reading the Word. My wife and I was not yet a Christian. We got married, but she said there were certain things we're going to do. We're going to read the Bible every day. We're going to
Wow.
pray every night. We're going to tithe. This was just foreign to me. I didn't grow up with that at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
But 58 and a half years later, we still are.
Yeah. And the faithfulness of God. See, that's so wonderful. And you talked about the whole science aspect of it.
Oh, my.
And how, I don't know,
there
see,
you are.
you can look at it. Oh, look, there's
a picture.
That's a great photo. I love that. You talked about how the science, you could go one of two ways. You could say, you know what, I just want to have the scientific method, I want scientific proof of God, et cetera, et cetera. And you have a lot of atheists, quite frankly, who are in that, genre, in that realm, in that category. So you have a choice. Either you're going to go that direction and embrace there is no God, or you're going to take the opposite direction, which is look at the complexity of the human body. Look at DNA and the information there. And if you have something that is, coded like that, that just doesn't happen by chance, and the intricacies of the human body. And so from my vantage point, I think that it almost takes more faith to believe there's not a God. If you're studying the human body and you're really into that as a doctor, as a physician, it takes more faith to believe there's not a God than there is. It's almost like you want to believe that there is no God because the evidence is there, especially for those who are studying our human bodies. So it seems to me.
So true. First time I went to China, I interacted with some students, and they said, how could you believe in God knowing all you know? And my comeback was how could you not? Knowing the complexity. And again, in my field of obstetrics and realizing how we start out as one cell and two cell, but within each cell is the potential for everything.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. There's a good movie. I'm just going to put it. What's the name? Gattaca, about the DNA and how no matter what you'd put the DNA, basically it's bad things can happen to you. You can't make a perfect person because that's not how it works.
No.
Yeah, you can't. You can play with the DNA as much as you want. It's not going to change what God does and how life is. So anyway, DNA, Gattaca.
DNA. That's I love talking about that because it's just fascinating. So the coding in the DNA. So your walk with Jesus, how has it impacted the work that you do as a physician down through the years? For instance, you have people in crisis. So my guess is that you would have a chance to share your faith, plant some seeds, water some seeds that have been planted. Tell us about that.
Well, I think one of the things as a physician we need to bring is comfort. And one of the things we can bring is comfort. We can bring peace, try to bring peace, we can't answer all the questions, but we can at least perhaps share where we have been and maybe some experience we can have that way.
Yeah.
Things we've happened in our life. But patients would come to me and would ask questions, and I'd do my best. There were times it was necessary to ask if we could pray with them and do that. And then you ask how all through the years. And then eventually one of the things I really became interested in because of my father-in-law was missions and being able to do missions and what could I do in medicine to take it perhaps elsewhere, or what could I do to go elsewhere? Not only to bring medicine, but if you just bring medicine, that's not enough. You got to bring the Word of God.
Absolutely, yeah. Meeting temporal needs, and most importantly, meeting the eternal needs, of people. Were you ever? Do you ever go on a missions trip as a missionary doctor?
Quite a number of times. My field, being obstetrics and gynecology, is a sensitive area, and so I often couldn't do and bring care. Now, I did go on some general medical trips when I was at Oral Roberts University. The first one I ever took was down to Belize, but for the most part where we ran clinics. But for the most part, I would go where I could teach. Because I could take teaching. I may not be able to help somebody, but maybe I could teach either medical students, physicians, nurses, whoever I could take that kind of benefit.
Oh, that's great. Yeah.
I bet you have like 1,000,001 stories. I mean, as many, all those years of doing something like that. You know what, though? It never gets old, does it?
No, it never does. Each one is wonderful. Each one's a different experience. And when we have done in the past, take students and ask them, write down, how has this impacted your life? What has it done? So.
Wow. Dr. John Koppas is with us, and it is Coffee with Kurt and Kate. So welcome. We want to give some shout-outs to folks who are joining us. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Hello, world.
Yes.
By the way, what do you think
Tisha?
of... Yeah, well, hang on a sec.
Yeah.
What do you think of Kate's makeup? We talked about the lighting here, and everybody loves that. Go ahead and pose for the glamour shot.
I'm posing for the
All
the
during
light
the
instead
show
of the
this
camera.
morning, Kate was really working hard on her makeup so that it would look perfect.
Yeah, couldn't layer it on thick enough, but here you go. Yeah, we have new lighting. What do you think? Good? Bad?
All right, some shout-outs for folks who are tuning in.
Yeah. Well, yes, Tisha from Fort Myers. Good morning, everyone. She says, Molly, good morning, Kurt and Kate, Dr. John, and the rest of the Moody family. That's little Noah's mom, grandma. Julie, love you guys. I miss hearing you on my morning commute. This is the first time I've been able to make coffee with Kurt and Kate. Deborah, good morning from Sarasota. Susan, oh my goodness, great chicken. Lawrence says, nice catch, Kate. That's right, Larry. Good morning, Moody family. That's Christy. Kurt and Kate. Good morning from Jeannie, Kurt and Kate, and happy Friday from Cape Coral. Ruth, good morning from Columbus, Ohio. Good morning.
Columbus. Hello,
That
Columbus.
would be my sister-in-law.
Oh, yeah. Oh, cool. And Charlotte from, she says, love Dr. Koppas Tuesday. What's up, Doc? Peggy says, Kurt, you can really see you've lost weight. I know you've been watching your diet since the diabetes report. So,
Well,
thumbs
thank
up.
you.
It is very
yeah, it's been a total change of lifestyle. We'll talk more about that in a second. I want to get back to that. Thank
and
you.
Sunshine Glow, good morning. Good morning, Sunshine. And Julie, good morning from Michigan.
Yay. Thank you guys for your comments. Thank you for Noah picking up some of these comments,
Yeah.
your grandson, and doing that. Now, producer Mark, are people texting in for these prize packs? I can't see because I have all these other things up on my monitors. Are folks interested in the prize pack?
They've been coming in a steady amount. So again, if you're interested in a chance to win one of the coffee packs, go ahead and just text us 888-777-6810, the word coffee. You'll have until 10 o'clock to do so. We'll go ahead and send out a contest form.
Okay, in this prize pack, we've got the Kurt and Kate's Mornings coffee tumblers. We've got the Kurt and Kate Mornings coffee blend from Dignity Roasters. We've got Kurt and Kate Mornings umbrellas. Exactly.
Yes.
Stickers, and then we have, hang on.
I got it.
The pens, and then we've got that, which is the Kurt and Kate Mornings flying disc.
Yep. Cool, huh? It's fun.
Here, toss it to me
Toss
again.
it back.
Hang on again.
We're so dangerous. Ha!
Oh, okay. Oh, look at you.
Oh,
That's
that
good.
was good.
Hey, Dr.
I got
John,
it.
you want to try to catch that? I'll throw it to you. I can't get it to him.
I
because
think
they're
there's
too-
enough
I
things
think
in
we
between
have
us here.
too much going on here.
And then we'll get the rubber chicken slingshots, which producer
Yes.
Mark, because we had some defective ones here, which hopefully we're not sending out to anybody. Can you go see if Office Manager Cindy has another one that I can add to our collection up
I
here?
will do that.
All right, so I just want to make sure that they're okay. So there we go.
Yeah.
Coffee to 888-777-6810. Okay, let's talk about the whole diabetes thing. Yeah, I went through this in July when I went for my annual physical, and my blood sugar level was really high. And I don't have anybody in my family, Dr. John, who has diabetes, so there's no history there. But it was really a wake-up call for me. And I remember when I got the diagnosis, I was thinking, oh, no, I kind of panicked. I said, I'm not going to be able to eat anything now. And because I didn't know anything about it, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just not going to eat. And what do I do? and my doctor looked at me and said, wait a minute. You got to eat or you're going to be really sick. You need to learn how to make better choices. And so it was a lifestyle change over time. And that was, 6 months ago?
Yeah.
And, when I stopped the sugar, that was a huge thing because I was drinking soda and doing the bad stuff like we all do. That alone made a big difference. And of course, I do have some medication that I take to help me, but I want to be on as little medication as possible. Mm-hmm. And I wanted to control as much with diet as I could. So then we bought a treadmill. And so I do the treadmill 30 minutes a day, at least 3 days a week. My portions are much smaller. The diabetes medication I'm on, it makes me feel full quicker.
Oh,
so I
nice.
don't eat as much. And so I've lost a total of anywhere from 25, I don't know the exact number,
you
25
look it, though. You look great. But
25
is
to
that the
30
medicine
pounds.
people are taking to lose weight?
Yes, it is.
yeah.
Yes, it's Ozempic is obviously the one that everybody's embracing because they want to lose weight. It's become trendy. It's everywhere, and there's that. But it's the semaglutide. Is that the active ingredient, Dr. John, in that?
Yeah, that would be the generic name of it.
Okay,
Semaglutide.
so I'm taking Rybelsus, which is the pill form, not the shot. And I'm taking, enough just to, like I said, it's not the large dose, but that has also helped me to drop some weight along with the lifestyle changes. So it's a matter of doing a lot of different things over time, and it's very encouraging. I got to tell you guys, I feel so much better. And I don't know. And you mentioned your daughter, Leah.
Yeah, my daughter Leah now, her dad had diabetes, and then my grandkids, they had it on both sides of the family. No one in my family, though, so I don't know what to do with it. But so she has diabetes. She lives in a group home situation, and they want to help her. But so we're going to send books and ideas, any kind of quick recipes for someone who loves pizza and soda. I mean, that's
I know, that was
that's
my
her
quandary.
thing.
Yeah,
you
it's
know,
tough.
I don't drink soda. I think that has helped me maybe not go there. So
And my blood sugar levels, if you guys are wondering, they have dropped considerably. They're consistent now. They're low. And so I guess what I'm saying is if you have a recent diagnosis, don't freak out because
Yeah.
I've been there. And so make sure that,
but
well,
it's
she's
so
pre-diabetes. so
yeah, and it's so worth
pre-diabetic.
preventing it if you can, right?
Yeah,
Don't you think?
much better. Yeah, Dr. John, we're talking about this. Weigh in on this. First of all, the Ozempic thing. I saw an article just yesterday. You know, it's difficult to get this medication because they're using it as a weight loss drug.
Yeah.
And as I
And
mentioned,
some people
it's trendy.
need it.
But the folks who have type 2 diabetes, they need this. Now there is such a phenomenon known as Ozempic face. Have you
What's
guys
that?
seen this?
No.
It's like it changes your face. Hopefully, because the active ingredient's the same, hopefully my face hasn't changed that much.
But maybe because you really need it.
I don't know.
If you take a pain medicine, but you're really in pain.
I saw some
that's
photos in
one
this
thing.
news story, and it makes people look really gaunt and unhealthy. And Dr. John, do you know anything about this?
Well, I think it has to do a lot with weight loss. In fact, I was only familiar with you with some of the pictures I saw online. And I come here and meet you today, and I can tell a difference.
Yeah,
I can really
yeah.
tell a difference.
Yeah.
And when they get used to us with a nice round face like I have, if I lost 25 pounds, which I've done a lot of times, if I've lost 25 pounds, my
And it
face
keeps
would
coming
look,
back,
in a
right?
way,
It
could
keeps
look like-
finding us.
It
It
would
keeps
look
coming
gaunt.
back.
It might look
funny.
gaunt to some people. And so I think that's one thing, is they maybe have lost too much weight.
And then your skin
Yeah,
sags
yeah.
and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Because you have all the fat in
And
your
because
face. And,
they might not be working out the way you work out either, which would tighten the muscles and stuff.
So you've done all the right things.
Yeah.
You've changed your whole mindset. My son went through that sort of thing, dropped the sugar out of the coffee, stopped drinking any sugar type pop, and lost 50 pounds.
Wow.
Look what we're doing to ourselves with all that sugar. I'll get off my soapbox in a moment.
Yeah,
It's not good
no.
for us.
No, but the people like to build in things into our food that give us these
Yes.
cravings, and we get used to it, and we have a sweet point that we feel we have to be there. And you've probably retrained yourself a little bit to realize you don't need that sweetness.
I have, but it can be overkill. Like I mentioned at the beginning, where I'm like, I can't ever have this, can't ever have that. That's a dangerous way to be thinking because you will become discouraged. So I'll give you an example. Over Christmas, we had a box of candy, and I was like, okay, I got to be careful. I would have for dessert one little candy, and that was enough to satisfy me as far as my sweet tooth was concerned. And it didn't mess with my blood sugar level at all. In fact, it's by allowing me a little grace. This is just me, but I've given myself enough grace now where I'm not freaking out all the time. And I can occasionally have this, and this. It hasn't really impacted my blood sugar levels at all. They're still remaining stable, and that's encouraging.
Yes, that's part of the medication you're taking. But again, instead of 6 pieces of candy, 1 is fine.
Yeah.
But sugar, in a way, is
You want
almost-
more.
You want
always
more.
want
In other
more.
words, you
yeah.
want 1, 2 is even better. And by the third one, you're feeling really a lot better, but you don't need it. And I speak from example.
Well, yeah. And I noticed that if you like a sugar-free something, it doesn't hit you the same way as if you ate the sugar thing. Because that's the sugar, right? The
That's right.
sugar actually gives you a rush. It's
Yeah.
not just the flavor.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
You know what I'm using is stevia in the raw.
yeah.
And
I
that
use
has,
monk fruit.
I have it in my coffee right now this morning, and it's very helpful. And it does have somewhat of a bitter aftertaste. It does take some getting used to, but you can get used to that. I think that's the hardest thing for me as far as sugar's concerned, but thankfully I haven't been craving a lot of it. And I'll have you guys know, I think I had 1 drink of soda, just 1 sip of a Coke when we went to McDonald's one day. Confession is good for the soul.
Yes.
A couple of sips maybe of soda, and then I was done with it. So that whole
You can
soda thing.
feel the sugar in soda after you don't
It
drink
tastes
it for a
syrupy.
while.
Yeah,
And
doesn't
you
it?
Yeah.
probably felt overwhelmed by it since you'd been away from it so
Yeah.
long. It was
Yeah,
almost overwhelming.
it was overwhelming. Yeah, absolutely. Why do we have this? Is it because our diets are so bad? Is that why we are seeing so many people with type 2 diabetes, maybe more so today than in years past?
I think that has something to do with it. Our diets are so processed now, and there's so much sugar in them that it's that, it's not that you eat sugar and makes you diabetic, but there's these tendencies that you have. And you mentioned family, and diabetes is really multifactorial, so that there's a lot of different reasons. It's not just family history.
Right.
One of the things I wanted to ask you about as well, the Christian Medical and Dental Association and all of that. This is a great organization, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes, it really is. That's a group that I have volunteered with. They work in many different ways to support physicians, help them in difficult areas, help them with their faith. They have many conferences. They have marriage conferences. They have ways of helping to deal with stress. I volunteer with a group for people. Physicians often get sued, and it's very stressful. And we can deal with them and help them with it. We can't discuss certain things, but we can maybe help them. We can pray with them. We can tell them again ways as we've done that. And then, of course, they have a large missions where they send out people to teach. They also send out a group to do medical clinics around the world. And then the third part is education, where they will go to places and educate missionary physicians.
So that's really, they were the organization that sent you out on your mission trips? It
Yes,
sounds
that's my first two were with another group, but all of my work in the last 15, 16 years has been with Christian Medical and Dental. Specifically, the group I spent time with was called Medical Education International.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
See, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And do you get together with other Christian doctors? Do you guys encourage each other in the same profession?
Well, just Wednesday night, I guess that was 2 days ago, I went to a meeting there in Orlando with Christian medical students at UCF, and trying to encourage first-year students how to be strong. In fact, Christian Medical and Dental has just put out a new teaching on how to be strong and how to face and keep your faith while you're in training, because you're going to hear a lot of things
there
and
again.
a lot of things out there culturally right now that are very anti-Christians. And as many things now, many doctors are calling in, how do I deal with these cultural issues and stay strong?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Here's the burning question I've been waiting to ask you face to face. The first day you ever tasted Spam?
It was probably in our early married years when we didn't have any money, and we thought we wanted ham, couldn't afford it. We bought a can of Spam. One of the ways my mother would make ham would take cloves and put pieces of clove.
Oh, yeah.
And we would do that. Now, this is bad. We'd put a little brown sugar on it after we just talked about that.
That sounds good. It's so bad, it's good.
And then we ate Spam. And then, of course, I worked in Minnesota where it was made. And
So fresh Spam.
Spam is one of those things.
Fresh. Is there such
You
a thing
should
as
fresh.
fresh Spam?
You
Fresh
shouldn't
from
watch
the
it be
factory.
made.
No.
It's exactly. It's like the hot dog factory. Did we talk about this on the segment? I was a Cub Scout, and they took us to the Oscar Mayer plant, and we couldn't eat hot dogs for another, I don't know, a long time. It was kind of scary. Yeah.
But Spam is good, and they have lots of different flavors. And during World War II, it was a lifesaver.
Yes. Yeah.
Oh, they had lifesavers
and
too?
M&Ms.
I don't know that they did lifesaver. Too much sugar.
No, M&Ms were like, and Tootsie Rolls were like power bars
Yes.
for soldiers back then.
Hershey bars. I did. Yeah, I saw a documentary where Hershey bars. All the soldiers got Hershey
Yeah.
bars. They needed a
Yeah.
little lift, which was good.
The
But
sugar.
let's talk about the chocolate thing. Dark chocolate, is it really good for you if you don't have the sugar in there?
Dark sugar is better for you than not dark sugar, yes.
You mean
Yeah.
dark
There's
chocolate?
just
as opposed
Dark
to-
chocolate,
yeah.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
dark chocolate, yes.
Yeah.
Not dark sugar.
It tastes different, though.
It tastes a little different. That's
I'll
my
take the
favorite.
dark
Yeah.
sugar, please, an order of that.
Well, we get brown sugar and then roast it or something for you. But no, yes, dark chocolate, again, in moderation.
Right.
Yeah, moderation's the key. All right, producer Mark, you've been watching the chatter in the comments and stuff. Do we have any questions for
Yes.
Dr. John? I don't want to forget about that.
I don't see any questions, but there are a few more greetings. If
Yes.
you'd like me to go ahead and give some
Yes.
shout outs. Yeah, we've got Molly who has said good morning, Kurt and Kate and Dr. John and the rest of the Moody family. Tisha says good morning, everyone. We also have from Linda, my favorite trio, Kate. I got to meet you in Fort Myers years ago. I love you all. God bless you. Thank you, Dr. Kappas, for sharing your wisdom. And there is this comment also from Linda saying, I found out a few years ago I am diabetic. Eat fresh is the best. Cook from scratch when possible. Mine is hereditary. Congrats, Kurt, for the weight loss. I take metformin. I do feel so much
yeah.
better. I lost that sluggish feeling. I also freaked out when I found out about it. I'm good now, and I'm thankful to God for good health at the age of 64.
Wow, thanks for sharing that. That's
Yeah.
that's awesome. You know what I just realized, guys?
What?
We are live, right?
Yes.
I forgot to take my Ribelsis this morning.
Dr.
Dr.
Do you
John,
have to take
am I?
that at a certain time?
Yeah, I take it every morning on an empty stomach, and I just realized I forgot. Dr. John, am I still okay?
You're fine. Take it as soon as you realize you forgot it.
Is that true with all medication?
Most of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Unless you're real close to the next dose,
Close to
and
the
then you have
next
to
one, you
check.
don't want to double
yeah.
up.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
But something you take once a day, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Dr. John, you're going to have a drive back here today. We're so glad that you came to be with us. I just want to say thank you for all that you do. Thank you for who you are, and thank you for how much you mean to our community here. I just want to say thanks, and the best way I know how to do that is to play your theme song. So let's do it. Yeah, here we go. Sing along, everybody.
When you're in a situation where you need some information and you aren't sure exactly what to say, just be like that funny fellow called Bugs Bunny and say,
What's up, Doc?
You don't think that's too silly, right? When I came up with that on the fly? Is that-
I love it.
I do too.
Right, it's all good. Dr. John, thanks for being with us. Blessings. Hang out with us for a little while after the show here. If you
Will
can.
do.
Yeah,
Thank you
sounds
for
good.
having me.
Oh, thank
Yeah,
you.
that's fun. Okay, prize packs. Producer Mark, we do have the opportunity for folks to enter to win the prize packs, but they need to do it like ASAP.
Yes, text coffee to 888-777-6810. You've got about 3 minutes. We'll go ahead and send out the contest form.
All right, Kate, I'm going to put you on the... Go ahead and
Okay.
let me see if I can catch this.
Okay.
Throw the flying disc.
All right.
It's in the prize pack. Oh,
Ah!
great.
Good.
Now, I'm going to
Okay.
give you something that's even more difficult.
Okay.
Open the umbrella. We've got just a couple of minutes
All
on the
right,
tail end to
okay.
show people
Let's see if it works.
what the deal. Now watch,
right.
it's going to open perfectly after all of this chatter about how it doesn't work.
See, it's pretty.
Can we get a shot of this? There, look at it. It opened right up.
Oh,
It opened right up. Would you look at that?
look at that. Isn't that
Oh man, can we?
nice?
No, we can't stuff that into one of our prize packs now that we know it works, right? We can't do that.
Well,
'cause we may
look
be
at-
sending out a
look at
bum
it.
one.
It's failing already.
Okay, put it back in the sheath. So I want to see if you can
that'll
do
do.
this.
Yeah, it's not really.
That's
there we
it.
go. There we go.
That's it.
Okay.
You're gonna knock out Dr. John over there, or poke his eye out. Be careful. All right, coffee to 888-777-6810 for a chance to win. Thank you guys so much for being with us. It's always a pleasure to be with you on the radio, but this is just another way that we can connect with you. It's going to be cold this weekend, so
Yes.
bundle up, get plenty of coffee into your system, and make sure you have a nice weekend. We'll see you back here, not actually back here online, but we'll see you back on the radio, 6 a.m. on Monday
Monday
for Kurt and
morning.
Kate Mornings. And don't forget about Dr. John, who will be back 7 a.m. on Tuesday for What's Up, Doc. Have a great day today. Bye-bye.